that you need to understand what you are good at. Data analytics, data science require a lot of Python to build student, and that is why we stand separate from the other edtech players in the market. But this, what I'm about to say, that remains constant for if you can provide a value to your students, they will love your product no matter what. Okay, so Campus Ambassador Program.
So, hey everyone, welcome back to PrepInsta podcast. So, I am Akshita, and today I'm very excited because we have a very special guest with us, Aashay Mishra, one of the co-founder of PrepInsta. So, hi Aashay, welcome.
Hey, hi everybody, and thank you, Akshita, for the nice words. I'm very excited today to talk about our campus community and talk about the journey of PrepInsta. So, really excited for this podcast.
So, today we will be talking about the journey of the PrepInsta, how it started, how it solves the problem of the student. So, let's begin. So, Aashay, let's start from the beginning. Can you tell me how PrepInsta came into existence and how did it start?
Yeah, so it's an amazing journey, to be very honest. It started once we completed our college and we got multiple job offers, and we settled down in Bangalore and started doing our job. So all of my juniors from college, they started reaching out. They started asking questions, ki bhaiya, help me with this exam, help me with that exam. They were asking about what kind of paper is coming, how do I crack this exam, and not just me, but with the other founders also. So then we realized that in our college itself, a lot of students were struggling and they needed a lot of hand holding required for placement. Then it came into picture. We decided to build something that just basically with a goal of helping our juniors. We created a blog website. We used to give them PDF solutions, and we used to have like small videos on how do you prepare for placement. So that was the initial journey. Slowly and steadily it expanded. We realized that a lot of students across India, from tier 3, tier 4 colleges, specifically even tier 2 colleges nowadays, they require a lot of placement support. And the training and the culture of how placement is done in college is completely different to what is actually required in the industry to crack these placements exams. So we started building PrepInsta, and then we built PrepInsta Prime, our main product, and that's how it came into picture.
That is such a relatable beginning, Aashay. So, what problem did you see in the student community that you wanted to solve?
Yeah, so as I was saying, the main challenge was that student do not get complete information. Number one, their trainings that are done, or their classes that are taught in their regular day-to-day college classes are not aligned to what the companies are going to ask in the interview processes or in their written round tests. So there was no structured way of learning. That was one of the major issue that we faced, that the students never had a structured learning. They never had a roadmap to prepare. And that was one of the gap that we wanted to fill. We wanted to give them a clear roadmap. You want to crack service-based companies, you want to crack product-based companies. These are your step-by-step learning modules. You practice from these modules, you start learning. Let's say very simply, you start with aptitude, and inside aptitude, you go ahead with quants, logical, verbal. But then when it is a service-based company, when it is a product-based company, the kind of questions completely varies. The difficulty of questions completely varies. So we realized that each company has their own style of paper generation, and that was the requirement, that create a roadmap for the student which is completely focused on a specific company that they need to crack, with proper step-by-step learning and video solutions. So that's one of the gap that we tried to fill, which the gap that I was trying to mention before.
So, let's talk about Campus Ambassador. What is it exactly?
Okay, so Campus Ambassador Program, our internal program, is a very, very important program for us. And it's a very good community building block. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we already have around more than 500 campus ambassadors across different colleges and across different universities in India. But the goal of this program is to have students exposure to the real world challenges, real world requirement, make them aware of what the industry is demanding these days, try to do interactive soft skill sessions with them that builds those gaps. Very simple gap is communication skill or public speaking. When you try to crack a product based company, or a service-based company, your vocabulary, the way that you speak is very important in the interview. A lot of soft skill trainings are not done for these students.
Right.
So in the Campus Ambassador program, for an example, we do these kind of sessions that motivates them to speak freely, have that confidence. How do you present yourself in the interview? So in a short form, Campus Ambassador program is a very crucial program for us. It gives an opportunity for these students to be the face of PrepInsta in their college. But on the top of it, it gives a lot of value to the student because they get an exposure to, as I mentioned, the industry readiness, understanding what is happening in the space, what are the current technical knowledge that they should start grasping, and also help them with their personality building, their speaking skills, soft skills that helps them for their interview as well. So these are few very important part of our Campus Ambassador program.
Okay. And how do you guys choose them?
So there is a very simple process. Students who are interested in this Campus Ambassador program, they fill out a Google form. The form is also attached in this video description. So they fill out these forms, and once a form is filled from the student, we take a very simple session or an interview sort of with the students, whether they are capable enough and their interest is aligned with what we want to provide through our Campus Ambassador program, and thus the student gets selected.
Okay, got it. So student on a daily basis, how much time they have to invest in this?
See, to be very honest, max to max 1 to 2 hours. That's all is required.
Okay.
And after that, they can keep continuing with their general day-to-day college life.
Okay, got it. And how long is this program?
So ideally, the Campus Ambassador program for any student stays for 6 months. But it depends whether the student is interested, wants to continue. They have a free hand to keep it going for the next 1 year, 1.5 years. It completely depends on the students.
So that sounds really interesting. So what kind of benefits do students get in this program?
So as I was mentioning, there are a lot of benefits. Specifically that I want students to understand is they will get a lot of exposure to the industry. So we do a lot of industry leader sessions. Recently we did a session with the head of data from Bank of New York. So we do a lot of sessions with the industry leaders. So students get access to these industry leaders. They can talk about very simply what is happening in their industry, and if they want to hire somebody. For example, the last time when Mr. Ramesh took the session, he mentioned about if they want to hire data engineers as freshers, what kind of qualities and skills are needed. Now, this is a real world example. So these are the things which are very important, and that gives a lot of value to the student. Apart from that, we do a lot of soft skill profile building sessions. That are the other ones. You also get a letter of recommendation from us. You get a lot of goodies from us. There is also a way that you can earn from us. So there are multiple perks around this that really helps and gives a lot of value to the student who joins this Campus Ambassador program.
Great.
So also on the top of that, student get access to the complete PrepInsta Prime courses. These courses will help them a lot for their placement journey. They, as I mentioned, they have a chance to earn money from us, which is a stipend-based performance.
So that's awesome. So will there be any live sessions or workshops?
All of our sessions are live sessions, and all of these are live daily or maybe 3 times a week sessions that happen. We also have all of our workshops going on live. So students have complete freedom to interact with us, talk to us, and we keep it very interactive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Aashay, the courses you were talking about, is it officially certified?
Yeah. The courses on PrepInsta is certified by NASSCOM, and all of our courses are created in-house with the help of previous year questions and all of these things. So we put a lot of effort in creating that quality content that the user needs to crack these jobs.
Okay. And also, can you tell us about what all colleges are you partnered with?
Yeah, so as of now, PrepInsta is partnered with more than 100 colleges across India. And a lot of student community and a lot of students in these communities are from these colleges.
Okay.
So, for example, we are partnered with one of the biggest colleges in Coimbatore. And the reason that we got partnered with them is one of the student who was a campus ambassador reached out to their chancellor
Mm-hmm.
because they really liked what PrepInsta is building, and they realized that this is very helpful for their students for placement. They
Mm-hmm.
reached out to their chancellor, and then the student got us into entry into college.
Okay.
So what I want to say from here is campus ambassadors get a lot of insight of what is happening in PrepInsta and
Hmm.
how we are building. And then they realize that it's not just helpful for them, but it's also very helpful for their friends, their colleges. So they
Hmm.
themselves reach out to their college administration and they try to onboard PrepInsta for all of the students completely.
Great. So tell me, what are the fun activities involved in Campus Ambassador program?
Yeah, so there are a lot of activities that we do with the students. Number one, as I mentioned, we do a lot of role plays and scenarios
Okay.
where we divide them into groups and we do fun activities where the group is debating on certain topics or they might be creating certain things and then they are checking each other's answers,
Mm-hmm.
checking what the other person has created. We do those kind of activities. We also do a lot of games around it. We
Mm-hmm.
do all of these games which are specific to skill building. So even if the games are very fun to play with, but they eventually build certain skill sets in the students. So these kind of games we play. And also to add, there are a lot of small and silly tasks also they do, like they create Instagram stories, Instagram post reels, so they get an exposure about social media. We also do a lot of games like truth and dare and all of those bingos and all, so that makes the sessions more engaging. We also conduct debates on certain topics. So for example, certain topic that is hot right now, everybody's talking about it, we push that around to the community, that
Mm-hmm.
whatever they can come up with, they can either come up with a debate session where students talk to and fro with this, and that really helps to build the profile and the personality of the student.
Right.
So it's more of a community engagement. We keep all of these workshops very open to the student. We talk to them, take their feedbacks, what they actually need,
Mm-hmm.
and then accordingly these fun activities and sessions are created.
Okay, that's really interesting. I'm sure student would be enjoying the journey of this program.
Amazing. So far the community has been responding very positively, which is a great sign of a growing community. And they have been, and it has been growing twofold every month. So we
Oh,
have noticed that every month the number of students in this community is getting doubled, and that's a big showcase of, if you can provide a value to your students, they will love your product no matter what.
definitely. I completely agree on this. How big is this community, Ashay?
So as of now, there are around 3,000 plus students in our community, and these are divided across freshers and final year students also. But the whole overall community consists of more than 3,000 students, and which is getting doubled every month. So that's also the growth rate is getting doubled every month. So that's also a very good sign of that your community is doing very well. They are interacting with you. There's a positive sense of environment around it. So that
Mm-hmm.
really helps to build that core community.
So there's a lot of thing on PrepInsta platform. What is that one thing students should be taking advantage of?
Uh, okay, so I'll not tell you the one thing that they should take advantage of, one or two things, because that I'll keep it secret for our campus ambassador students. But
Okay.
broadly, they should focus on these company specific tracks, which
Mm-hmm.
are created with a single goal. You want to crack this XYZ company, you should prepare from this track. The tracks are also having all the requirement that students should know before going and preparing for a company. And we have a big R&D team, the research and development team. They do constant research, talking to our student community, talking to a lot of interns that we have, where they do a research on what kind of question papers are coming for which company. Is
Mm-hmm.
there anything that is getting changed from last year? And once any information comes to them, they quickly circulate it to the content team continuously are on the syllabus update program. So they update the syllabus, the content, to make sure that it is in line with what the company is asking this year.
Okay.
The companies in India, they have this thing that they tweak their exams a little bit here and there every year. So we update the content, and these are all inside those company specific tracks. And it is a testament also, if you know, there are so many students from our community who got placed into all of these service based companies, the big fives of India, TCS, Accenture, Wipro. But not just those, they have been placed in Mang and Fang companies, they have been placed in Cape Gemini, Deloitte, these kind of companies. So students who have used PrepInsta, they have gone on to working into these different companies. So that's like a testament to why these tracks are very important, and these companies specific tracks will crack you those exams that you're looking for.
So basically, it's like a roadmap for the company which they want to apply.
Yeah. So it's like a roadmap to crack any company that you can think of.
Okay, great. So there are so many edtech platforms out there. So what makes PrepInsta stand out in this space?
Okay, so quickly, I'll try to cover this answer. Is number one, we are very linear in terms of what we want to provide to the students. We want to provide an opportunity that you can crack XYZ company by preparing from these courses. So we are very focused on single agenda company specific preparation.
Okay.
We also teach them skills, which is an on the top learning which you require because the current industry is becoming more and more technical. Gen AI, data analytics, these kind of things have become very, very important. So we add those on the top of it. But why we stand out is number one, our research and development team that completely focuses on content and the quality of content that is required. Another thing that we stand out are these core goals, very linear learning, very focused on to 100% company specific preparation. And not just the learning, we also provide them a lot of sessions, workshops that I was mentioning about. We also provide them LOR and if mentorship. Sometimes students come to us, give us mock interview preparation. So all of these things we try to provide to our student, and that is why we stand separate from the other edtech players in the market.
That's really inspiring, Aashay. What's that one thing you wish student would know in their college life?
Okay, so I'll try to answer through my story and my journey. So I am from a very small tier 3, tier 4 town, had very less exposure to what is happening in the world. And the day that I reached college, the whole world opened up to you. You have so many things happening, so many events happening, so many classes happening. There is a different routine to your day-to-day life, which is completely different from your school life that you have been going through. So once you and you make so many friends, and these are people from so many different communities all across India. So once you go into college, in the first year, I highly recommend students to explore what the college is providing to them. Try to understand what are these clubs and chapters that are there in the college. Try to understand what kind of community they should join that really helps them. And once the second year kicks in, that is where the student should start focusing on their core learning.
Right.
Initially, in the first year, the subjects that are taught in the college for engineering students are generic subjects across all the branches and focused on to, let's say, maths, physics, chemistry as well. But once you reach the second year, you are focused into what branch that you have opted for. For the sake of this discussion, we are discussing IT specific jobs and coding profiles. But this, what I'm about to say, that remains constant for non-IT or CS students as well, core branch students as well, is that you need to understand what you are good at in the second year. Once you are in the second year, you need to understand, okay, I am good at XYZ thing, and then decide your goals accordingly. So we'll take an example. If I am a student in, let's say, computer science or IT or any other branch who is looking for IT jobs, your second year focus should be figure out that one programming language that you really like, that you are 100% comfortable with. Then identify what is the growth part in that language. So very simple, if you choose Python, you know that data will come into picture. Data analytics, data science require a lot of Python to build, right? So there is a growth trajectory for, okay, if I choose Python, my growth trajectory is going to be like this. So we do a lot of these kind of sessions in our campus ambassador where we talk about, okay, so what is the career goal you should choose based on which language? And we advise student, okay, choose now this, choose what suits best for you, right? So, and when the third year kicks in, that is the time when you have to start doing your certifications, you have to start working on your projects, you should be learning new skills which are coming up in the industry. And when you are in the second semester of your third year, that is when you should start preparing for company specific preparation, because that is when the placement will begin. So you are already well prepped, you have good certificates, you have good skill already learned, you know one programming language that you are focused with. Now start preparing for companies based on these information. And then your third year and fourth year come into picture, and you build a capstone project, you build your core projects for your resume, get your resume up to the mark, get your LinkedIn profile done, build your GitHub profile, build so basically all the kind of necessary things that are required for a student who is looking for an IT job, they should start preparing it in the third year itself.
When we were talking about the mistakes we did in our college life, we as a millennials did not explore, right? Now, if I see back, I wish I would have explored the communities, all the programs. Nowadays, Gen Z kids have idea about everything, and you can already see the difference. Being so young, they're handling the college studies, work, everything.
See, we are old people, no?
Yeah.
We are old to them now. We never had technology like that. Now the exposure is out there, social media is out there. There are new things, new trends coming up continuously.
Definitely.
We didn't have it in our time. So we are old people. So I think that is the gap there.
Right, I agree. So Aashay, can you tell me any cool success stories of students who has used PrepInsta?
Okay, so I'll tell one of the initial days story. It was when we were building PrepInsta, it was like 4 or 5 people of us, right? So one of the student who got to know about PrepInsta from his friend or senior who used PrepInsta and got placed, they reached out to us on Instagram. So I was at that time, we were like 3 and 4, 5 people in the team. So I was just handling Instagram. I was just replying to students and helping them with their query. So the student called after that, after discussing few messages, the person called, and then I spoke to the guy. And after that, I told them, ki, okay, we are having, so he wanted to prepare for TCS. So I told them, ki, we are having a YouTube live where we are solving certain question. Make sure that you join that YouTube live. All of your questions will also be addressed there. So we were doing this live on YouTube, and the student joined, and I was the person who was taking live only. So he was messaging us later on that, sir, you are only the salesperson, you are also the person on the support side, you are only taking live session, what is happening? Then I had to tell the guy, ki, yeah, we are just building it right now, and we are doing multiple tasks. But don't worry, I'll not be the one who will be teaching. We have great faculties who are focused into teaching, so they will be taking care of those. Now that student, so this was one of the very initial person who joined our program, and now that person is currently working in Capgemini, and through the last 5-6 years they have grown into their profiles and has become a senior developer as of now. So that is one of the very cool success story that I still connects with me.
Okay, so I'm sure our students must be wondering how to join this program. So how do they join, Aashay?
See, as I mentioned, it's an open-ended program. Anybody can join, and we provide a Google form link that the student have to fill up. The link, I'm supposing that the link will also be there in the bio.
Yes.
They can go ahead and fill the form. After filling up the form, our team interacts with these students. They ask few questions. They try to understand whether the student actually wants to do something or not. There is an intent. See, intent is very important. It cannot be one way.
Yes.
So if we want to do a lot of activities, we also want the student to have that enthusiasm and intent to do these activities. So yes, we take that kind of a discussion with the student, and if everything sits perfectly, the student can go ahead and enroll in our campus ambassador program.
Okay, so that's how you apply to this program. So Aashay, before we close, any message you want to give to our campus ambassadors and our growing PrepInsta community?
Yeah, so first of all, guys, thank you for being a part of our campus ambassador community. We have been lucky to have such amazing students as a part of this community. And every day we also grow with you. We learn a lot and we adapt and grow as per what we get feedbacks from you. And please note that you are not just representing PrepInsta as a brand. You're also a very core part of us. You're like you're very close to our heart. And the goal is to build such communities that provide such values. And because the more value and the more centric to the pain point of a student community is built, they grow on their own. Very simple. So if I'm solving that pain point problem, I'm solving your very basic problems, the community itself builds like that. So yeah, and thank you everybody for being a part of this community once again, and looking forward to all the people who wants to join and be a part of this amazing community.
So that was such an amazing conversation. Thank you so much, Aashay, for joining us today. And I personally learned a lot of things about you and the company. And I hope our students have also learned a lot of things. And to the people who are watching this video, if you haven't joined the Campus Ambassador program, go and join the Campus Ambassador program right now.
The link is in the description.
So guys, make sure you subscribe us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and LinkedIn for more such tips and placement updates. Thank you.